2025 is a fantastic year for new driver releases. We have the new TaylorMade, the new Titleist, the new Callaway, the new PXG, the new Cobra, the new Ping, and they all perform very, very well. In today's video, we take a look in not only my bag, but in one of my good friend's bags, a PGA Professional's bag, to see just what driver he's using in 2025. I don't personally agree with it. Let's see if you agree with it, and let's see if it can help you make your decision on what driver you should be using this year. And I truly cannot believe this is the driver of your choice in 2025. Chris, how are you?
Very good, yourself?
Very good. Very, very shocking revelation here. So guys, we're at Lindrick Golf Club today and we are gonna discuss what drivers we have in the bag, because I can't believe this is the one you've chosen.
Yeah, so far, never tested it before, never really hit any Srixon clubs, to be honest, until this year. But
and that's one of the big reasons why.
that is
Great
why.
shot. Now for me, I've actually got something in the bag which may stay, may not.
Oh.
What do you think?
I've seen some indifferent shots with this.
I've seen some fantastic shots.
I've seen
with
some
it.
fantastic. I've also seen some that you wouldn't maybe call fantastic. It's a good start, straight down the middle.
That felt fantastic. Even slipped a little bit there, but got away with it. Not the world's most forgiving driver. Very enjoyable when you get it right. So guys, a glorious day here at Lindrick Golf Club, and thankful to be here with the member. Christopher, how are you?
Very good, yeah, very
So,
good.
talk to me about this Srixon driver. We're going to just take a couple of tee shots with them today, and I'm still not sure about what driver's going to be in my bag, but it is the first week of April. The Masters is next week, and we need to kind of just know what we're doing, don't we?
Kind of decide, yeah. I mean, you brought it out here actually to test, and the sound was something that certainly is different, because again, it is a titanium head, it's not carbon, so it is a louder sound. It was something that a lot of people don't like, because again, the driver that I normally use, the Cowbell, the Takomo Ignis D1, does sound incredibly loud, but performance-wise, it did very well.
It did, and if you look on screen now, guys, you'll see some shots with Chris gathering his numbers with this driver, his review of it, and I have to give it to Srixon. It is a very, very good performing driver. Even when we're down at SGGT, it was a good performing driver. Would the sound be enough to put you off? I think evidently, looking at what's in your bag today, probably not.
No, I'm used to the sound now, and I don't mind sound if performance is good, if the numbers are right. I don't really care. Again, it looks good behind the golf ball, so looks is something also that I take into account, but sound, maybe not as much.
So, controversial, because we have two big head covers in the bag here, Christopher.
Yeah.
And both the drivers in here, in my opinion, in fact, no, I'll put Sean McCullen on screen now. Kind of sound like shit, but maybe that's just your preference, because a lot of people in the comments say that, first of all, they don't care what a driver sounds like, but also they actually quite like them. So could they, I mean, this is a really tight driving hole. You've got to go just up that left-hand side. Could it be that subjectively you just like a louder sounding driver?
Yeah, I mean, they felt solid off the face, which is the main thing. So obviously still looking for it to feel good off the face. They have, and obviously sound, although I talk about it a lot in irons, because you do get clicky irons, it's not something that I'm too worried about when it comes to driver.
No, and you also have to think about potentially what golf ball you use as well. If you're using a firmer golf ball, potentially that's going to have an effect on how your driver sounds as well.
Yeah.
So this is the Cowbell, we've christened it as.
This is the Cowbell.
A little bit hooky just up that side though. That's definitely the safer line to take.
It certainly is, but that again is the sound that I hear with this driver. That was a little bit toey.
And when it comes to it, what shot are you kind of fighting with these clubs? Would you say there's a shot that you really enjoy? Would you say there's a shot that you struggle with? Because obviously that, for people that don't know, this is, well, we've christened it the Cowbell, but it's basically a shorter shafted, high lofted driver. So it's basically a mini driver just with a full-size driver head. And you hit that really well. I'll put some of the shots on screen even just from the last few weeks. Now, I think personally, if you're chasing distance and numbers, I think the driver you've got in your hand is the one.
Yeah, definitely. Again, numbers wise, over 300 yards, and again, you'll see against that driver, we got around about 10 yards, which is interesting to say that's shorter, but we was getting good strikes out of there.
Yeah.
But this was longer and just.
And when we start talking about potentially strokes gain percentage because you're getting 10 more yards off the tee, it can be quite a big deal. It can be one club less into the green, or look at this.
Look at that strike location.
And even the fitting at SGGT, we did kind of like these, didn't we?
Yeah, definitely. And it's nice and simple, I think, this drive. Obviously behind the golf ball, there's no fancy colours on there. There's nothing that's maybe trying to put you off. It is very, yes, we've got a little bit of matte finish, I would say, on there. It's not shiny.
Very traditional looking, isn't it? There's those kind of pimples on there as well, which are obviously just to give it a little bit of texture. But like you said, it's not like a TaylorMade, is it, where it has to look very, very modern?
No, it is not shiny.
That's miles better. That's a great shot.
So again, nice and high, sounds exactly like you'd expect.
And you see the difference there, because if you are going to take the cowbell or the mini driver, which essentially needs to be a fairway finder if it's going to be shorter, and you miss the fairway with that and hit the fairway with the actual low spin tricks. And what's the weight setup in there? Have you got the heavyweight forward, I believe, in that?
We have got the heavyweight forward, so we've got the 10 at the front, 4 at the back. So
to be honest, they do have like all of them. We've got the 7 wood to test today, and we've also got the 3 wood in my bag of that ZXi range. It's a good range, isn't it?
It is. Even the irons, I tested the irons a couple of days ago, and all in all, just look nice and simple, do the job.
I'm going to have a go with that, because I didn't enjoy the sound of it, and that's fine. We know I've said that in the review, but if you can hit a really nice one, is it, I don't know, I feel like potentially maybe I go too much into the enjoyment factor of it and the sound and the feel and the looks, whereas everybody in the comments is just based on performance, which is absolutely fine. It's each to their own. I'm going to try and cut the corner a bit. That's done so well to get through there, hasn't it? That's going to be the perfect drive as well.
And that's where it still gets a little bit of forgiveness, because although it went nicely through that tree, it's ran on pretty well.
That wasn't my best swing, and I feel like if I did that swing with the GT4, it would be catastrophic, to be brutally honest.
I would agree.
Let's continue this debate. And this is getting more and more interesting, guys. So do me a favour, get in the comments below, what driver are you using this year and why? Because are you saying this is set as your driver now?
Oh, dog bag. Well, yeah, there's one other contender.
Yeah.
Which is not, again, a contender that I would have expected, but for now, this is firmly in the golf bag. It's going to take some beating to get it out of the golf bag, to be honest.
Very interesting, because often the likes of TaylorMade, Titleist, Callaway, Ping, they're generally the big four for me. I think PXG are pushing into there, Srixon certainly muscling the way in, Cobra have got a fantastic driver this year, and all the brands have made great drivers throughout the last couple of years as well. A lot of people comment in my video saying, oh, another one of the best clubs of the year. But I think it's quite interesting because they don't make bad clubs anymore, do they? And that's kind of one of the big things. Realistically, if you get the right shaft now and a head profile that suits you, there's not many golfers in the world that would have that setup, I don't think. I think they'd go for the normal one. Yeah. But then if you like that and you enjoy using it and the shaft's right, then why not? And
that's true, obviously. Like I said, I've enjoyed the feel. We have been to SGGT to see where this stands. This is still the best performing one, and the performance-wise...
And you tested everything.
Was very good. We tested those TaylorMades, we tested the Ping, we tested Callaway, but again, this came out on top, so that's where we know obviously every year it does change maybe. Is it going to be longer this year or is it going to be more forgiving? Well, for me, I've found that this is longer, and I would say it's just as forgiving.
How much longer would you say it is?
I would say, especially on the Tacoma, it's around about 10-15 yards, but the main thing for me was off-centered hits. I would say we're still going about 10-15 yards on any of the other drivers.
Yeah.
So forgiveness-wise, even though it's the LS model, I've still found it extremely forgiving. It reminds me of a certain Callaway driver.
That's a great shot. That is the absolute perfect line, isn't it?
Yeah, little fade. Straight up the middle.
Bounding down that fairway.
Bounding down there. But it reminds me of The driver I ran over, James.
Oh, the Paradigm.
RIP. It's in the back of the Defender today, actually, so you can get a picture
We'll
of
get a
it.
picture on screen now. So I'm going to hit my GT4, and it's funny because I got fitted to the GT3, and we are going to get that driver in that shaft, and that's going to be kind of the benchmark for me for drivers to test. But I don't know, I feel like I play golf because I enjoy playing golf, and I really enjoyed hitting this driver, even though I shouldn't be using this driver. Like, we all know that this driver probably isn't forgiving enough for me. It's probably a little bit too small in the head, but does that really matter? I know a lot of people will be saying, well, if you play golf, you should be playing golf to shoot the lowest possible scores. And you're absolutely right, you should. But you should also be playing golf to enjoy yourself. And if that means using equipment that some people think's wrong for you, then potentially I'm okay with that. Because when you bang it down there like that, what's the issue?
Exactly.
Guys, if you've enjoyed that, smash that subscribe button below. A little bit of a in the bag almost with one of our good friends, Christopher. And
Yes.
if you're in the market for a driver, get in the comments below and let us know. Is it the Srixon LS? Is it the Titleist GT4? Or is it the Ping, the Titleist, the TaylorMade, the Callaway, the Mizuno, the PXG?
Plenty of options this year.
Or the Cobra?
Or Cobra.
Well, I'll throw this in there, Chris, because they're two fantastic drives down this par 5 to finish.
These are the 200 markers, so only around about 190 to the green, so not bad at all there.
That's what you want on the par 5.
A tough driving hole.